You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Woo! And hell is coming. It looks like we got some hellacious news to talk about. Something that's been percolating for a while that a lot of people have been telling me. Little birdie's been tweeting. Tweet. Sometimes this older generation, these older politicians, so to speak, they don't realize that once you put a tweet out, even if you delete it, someone's going to screenshot it, and it's going to be out there for everybody to see. And as you can tell today, I got my covert investigative JPC hat on with my crimson colored glasses so I can see through all the bullshit. Now let's get right to it here. Let's bring this little tweet up from one Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer. Let's see what old Barry had to say last night. That, surprise, surprise, has since been deleted. I wonder why. Let's see if y'all can see this. There we go. That looks like that's pretty bold and beautiful to y'all, where y'all can read it very legibly. Barry Switzer says, some of us former coaches try to stay around too long and become meddlers. I try to keep my distance and give an occasional opinion, but some former coaches like to dictate hires by the current staff. Not naming any names, but Bobby, let's let this play out in 2025. Deal? As you can see, a little blue check mark up there, so it is a verified account. So when people come in here and saying it's fake, don't look fake to me. Looks like it's the real deal. Looks like you may have deleted it because you only got 267 retweets and 38 quote tweets and 171 likes. This probably got much more than that had it been stayed up longer. But it only stayed up, I think, for a couple of hours. So my question is to all the Oklahoma people out there, is there a civil war going on amongst the Sooner Nation? Do I need to slip my crimson colored glasses back on so we can see through the bullshit here? What's going on? Is Bob Stoops meddling in the background? Is he dictating certain things to Brent Venables? Brent Venables seems like a strong guy with a strong spine that would stand up for himself and make his own way. But I must say that a lot of the hires he made here recently, except for this last offensive hire by Ben Arbuckle, have been more in the line with something that is like one of those things with Arsenio Hall. Things that make you go, just makes you think for a little bit. I see John Ritchie's in the house. Early morning live stream. Yep, I had to get this out real quick because I wanted to get ahead of everybody else. So I just jumped in here and done a live stream real quick about this, about Barry Switzer, basically not just coming out and saying it, but he did drop Bobby's name in this tweet. So if you can read between the lines here, Barry's not been known to be one of the best people at biting his tongue and maybe sugarcoating stuff to the point where people can't read between the lines very well. Barry didn't really leave much to reading between the lines here. He dropped Bobby's name. What other Bobby would he be talking about? He didn't call him Bob like most of us. That'd be the only give I can give on it, is it for not being Bob Stoops. I don't know anybody else that's got a variation or a close name to Bobby that he would be referring to in this tweet. So I need the Oklahoma people out there to tell me, is there a civil war amongst the Barry Switzer contingent and the Bob Stoops cronies that continue to just meddlesome like around. It's sort of like the Phil Fulmer thing and the Lloyd Carr thing at Michigan, man. If Bob Stoops is meddling behind the scenes, they need to cut that shit out. They need to start all over. They need to clean house. Not just fire Brent Venables and his staff, but get rid of the people behind the scenes that continue to want to meddle and to keep things their way so they can be, in the know and keep their spot at the not really the booster table, but the in the know table. Sometimes you have to just clean house a little bit. Maybe even Joe Castiglione needs to take a step back and look at himself. He's been in Oklahoma for a while. Maybe it's time to move on. But I just wanted to get ahead of this. I wanted to give you guys and gals out there, the ones that have supported this channel, the Oklahoma Sooner people and continue to have supported this channel, and not even Oklahoma fans. People out there that are in general college football fans and fans of Barry Switzer when he was at the Dallas Cowboys, which was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl, by the way. Barry Switzer is one of the few coaches that's ever won a Super Bowl and a national championship. So let me tell you something right now. For all those people out there that love Bob Stoops and love Barry Switzer both, if it come down to it for me, just an outsider looking in, if I had to choose who I would listen to, I'd probably listen to Barry Switzer before I would Bob Stoops. That's all I'm saying. MWG says, I miss Barry. He was a criminal son of a bootlegger, but he had charisma. And Outlaw with that hat looks like a headhunter from the 1990s G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, the greatest American hero. In my case, probably JPC, the great American asshole, right? MWG? But what do y'all think about this little tweet that Barry put out and has since deleted? Keep getting these little tweets. These little birdies bring me the tweets, the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the know. Put me in the know. They give me this, and then, people try to shoot it down because it's the Common Joe. That's the Common Joe trying to shoot down the Common Joe. Just saying, man. Can't all these tweets be coming out and they all suddenly just be fake news? And they got the blue check mark and all that shit. So maybe, just maybe, in conclusion here, just wanted to come here and do a real short one with y'all today. If there is some kind of meddling or dictating going on in the background from Bob Stoops and his cronies with Brent Venables and his staff, that shit needs to stop as of yesterday. And if Barry Switzer's saying it, it really needs to stop. Because to me, Barry Switzer, while he hasn't been a coach for a very long time for the Oklahoma Sooners, to me, Barry Switzer still has more swagger and a bigger stick than Bob Stoops can ever hope to have. And that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Subscribing and sharing are most important, and they're all absolutely free. You can also get your badge and get deputized, like Killback First right here, who has his badge. He's deputized. It's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. It's just a half a bottle of water. You can hit that join button over by the subscribe button. You get a badge, you get deputized. You get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day. By the way, the Four Horsemen shout out. So this one is Shane Moore, The Bomb, Squidwater, and Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW are the Four Horsemen shout outs of this podcast / live stream. With that, I'm going to get out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.